Good morning, everybody. Jay here with another War of the Visions video, and tonight we are in full dad mode attire, but Baby J giving me a little respite here so I can come in and do my step-by-step guide on how to clear the 10th level of the Wind Selection Quest. And we're going to talk about Gargas a little bit, and is he even worth getting, and why I think that's not as straightforward an answer as some people think. But floor 10 was challenging, so I'm going to show you exactly the moves I made to clear it, and I think a lot of our teams are going to look the same because Wind is very limiting in what it gives us to do that. So let's get to all of those things right now. Okay, let's start things off with a big shout out to the members on YouTube and the patrons on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support. I literally could not do this job without the support of the community. And as a creator, as somebody who is using their creativity, I was gonna say creative skills, but I don't know that I have those, but I do have some creativity. Anyway, when you use your creativity to make something and you see somebody join your YouTube channel as a member or sub on Twitch, it feels really validating and motivates you to keep going. So thank you guys so much for the support and the motivation. Now let's talk about this quest number 10 because it's pretty tough, and you can see I have the quest details on the screen. Now, real quick, what you can barely not see on the top there is that you will get all the shards to MLB Gargas by just winning the fight. That's the first thing I did because I wanted that TMR. But I was like, you know what? I'm not good at, that's not good enough. I want to come in here and I want to actually, clear this dang thing. I want to be able to take him to 120 and play around with them. So look at the quest missions that you have to clear. And you have to clear them all at the same time to get that last 120 Mind Spheres. Now, no KO'd units, that's standard. Don't pick up crystals. That's easy if you just pay attention. Just don't walk into a crystal. Okay, that's not too bad. Then it gets tough. Make an elemental chain of 5 or more. We're going to talk about exactly what you do to do that. Then defeat 3 or more enemies simultaneously. That's actually not super hard. I'm going to show you exactly what I did to do that. And you get that done like that. And I actually recommend taking care of that immediately. So we're going to look at all of those things. And if you do them all, you clear them all at the same time, boom, you can 120 your Gargas. Let's get to it. Okay, so you see my squad on the screen here. Our squads are going to look really similar if you're doing this too. The only option besides the 5 units that you see is Mia. You could absolutely swap Sosha or Lorelei out for Mia. However, I would suggest swapping Sosha if you're going to do that. Mia would be fine here. Sosha's just who I had leveled, so I used her. And that's the squad. The only thing I really want to shout out about this is, one, my squad is very not optimized. Those espers that you see, in most cases, that's just who I had resonance with, not necessarily who they were best with. And then the vision card shoutouts that I want to do are some kind of magic boosting vision card. I'm using Ramu, and some kind of missile boosting vision card. I'm using Lucia's VC. I really needed those for the triple kill mission. Right at the start with the cactars. So those were really important for me. The rest of it, I just pieced it together, man. Dario's literally running Leonis Castle, and I pulled this off. So let's check out the fight. Okay, now what I want to talk about first is getting that triple kill, and we're going to do that to the cactars. So I have my Dario, who is in slot 1. He's on the far left, and I'm having everybody else literally just fall back towards that back right corner. You don't have to go all the way back there, but get off that little middle area so you don't pull the marlboros. You want to run back a little bit. I take everybody down that ledge, and then I have Dario move to exactly a certain spot, and that is back 1 and to the left 1. Right in that spot is the perfect place, in my opinion. The rest of my team is just back there gathering AP. You need to stack your AP because you're going to need it through the rest of the fight. But Dario going to that spot is important for these cactars. Now, that first cactar will go up and hit him for 1,000 damage. That's no big deal. The other 2 cactars won't be able to do anything. Meanwhile, rest of the squad just going to chill back there, gathering AP, getting ready. My 2 mages, Kati and Helena, actually just spend these turns doing nothing. Maybe I can maximize that a little bit, maybe not, I don't know, doesn't really matter. Then I have Dario run back and join the team. Now, because we're standing where we are, the marlboros have not been activated, and the cactars are about to start piling in. So watch the movement on the cactars when they pile in, because that's really important. We're going to have everybody else just pass their turns, whatever, and here come the cactars. They are going to stack. Now, we're not ready yet. Yes, they are stacked, but that one cactar still has to go. Boom, right now. That's the crucial spot in my opinion. Now watch this. I'm going to have Katia like think about doing something. I'm actually just going to have her chill right there. And then Lorelai's going to come up and she's going to drop a barrage on the cactars. So here you go. This is like about half their HP and damage, and it's boosted by that missile attack card. Cool. Now watch this. Dario, with his taunting spell, is going to finish him off. And just like that, you've cleared the first mission. The cactars are dead. Okay, next we got to deal with the marlboros. So what we're going to do there is we're going to move everybody up to a range height the marlboros can't hit, but where our archers, or at least our unit like Sosha with sub-job ranger, can hit all the way down into the marlboros pit. So we're going to just put everybody up on that ledge. The marlboros can't hit them, and we can just rain damage down on them. The archers can do it. The mages can hit that low. It's really not a problem, and you end up just annihilating the marlboros before they can drop those like really shitty status effects on you, like petrify and all the marlboro that, like, if you've ever played a Final Fantasy game before in your life, you know that marlboros really suck. So don't even let them hit you. Don't even mess with it. Now, the only other thing I want to say during this phase is start moving Dario to the left. Like, make sure you have the damage to kill the marlboros so they don't like catch him with the petrify, but kill them. Have Dario start moving into position to tank Surges, Curry, and Nasha, because they're coming next. As soon as you kill that most forward marlboro, the 3 adds are coming, and so let's talk about that phase next. Okay, now this is honestly, in my opinion, the easiest phase of this fight. They don't hit particularly hard. I had Katia just putting Protect on Dario's. It's like a cereal. Everybody eat your Darios. That was a bad dad joke. But anyway, have Protect up on Dario. He has plenty of hate because he's going to be dropping his taunting spells. Then just kill him. The key here is this. When you kill Curry, it spawns the next phase. So save Curry until the last kill. In fact, what I do with Curry is I drag him back towards where Shiva is going to spawn, which is all the way in the top left of the map. I kill Nasha, I kill Surges, and I drag Curry back to the back because you need Dario to be in a place where he can silence Shiva. That's a big deal, and you don't want Shiva coming out and AoEing your team with her like status effect stop and her just big old Blizzaga damage, because she might kill some of your underleveled characters. So kill Nasha and Surges first, then drag Curry all the way back with Dario. When Curry's really low HP, have Dario kill him with the rest of your team kind of hanging back away from Shiva, and then you're ready for the next phase. Alright, now when Dario drops Curry, immediately Shiva and 2 white mages are going to spawn. If the rest of your team is hanging back, they're in a perfect spot to clean up those white mages, and I highly suggest just knocking them out of the fight as quickly as you can, and then that takes care of like some annoying heals and protects, and you don't want to make Shiva any more of a problem to deal with than she already is. Okay, so that's fine. Now what about Dario and Shiva, because she's chilling all the way back there? The thing you want Dario to do is use his silencing blade on Shiva. This will prevent her from casting her AoE stop and her AoE Blizzaga that could just annihilate your team. She's very weak to silence and she's weak to slow, and those 2 status effects are going to be the crucial thing for clearing this fight, as well as for clearing this fight with your 5-hit elemental chain. That's the big one, slow and silence. So Dario will start the fight by getting a silence on Shiva. Then Shiva will move up towards your group, or Dario can escort her up there if he still has his hate. Then what you want to do, you want to surround her. You want to have Helena put a slow on her, because it's like 100% hit chance with Helena's slow, and it's almost 100% hit chance with Dario. And my Dario has 50 faith because I like to have him be a magic tank. I probably should have jacked that up a little bit so his silence would have been 100%, but it doesn't matter. It's still like a 73% in my group, and he landed it regularly. So I have her silenced, then you surround her so she can't move, and your people don't have to move after they attack. Then she's slowed, she's just standing there, and make sure you're using wind element attacks, make sure you have at least a 5-element chain, and you just stand there and beat her to death while she's slowed and silenced. Just make sure to keep those status effects up, and then it's actually super easy. She stands there like a ice potato and just dies to your team. It's really pretty simple, and that's it. Congratulations, you've done the fight, and you've unlocked the ability to 120 Gargas. Is Gargas worth 120ing? I don't know. Let's talk about that really briefly. Okay, so let's put Gargas on the screen real quick and talk about, like, is it worth 120ing him, 99ing him, whatever? Like, what should we do with our guy? And here he is. So, first up, if you just beat the 10th mission, you will have the shards to 99 him, and I think that's a pretty decent stopping place for a lot of people. Because the Arcane Respirator is a good accessory, I think this TMR is worth getting, especially for free. Gargas is a free unit. If you can beat all 10 floors, boom, here's a TMR for you with Magic Attack 25 as the castable skill. Not to mention the stats on this. An accessory with 302 HP, 60 Magic, and 8 Spirit is pretty solid. Like, I like the stat line, I really like the buff, and this gives something like, for units like Gargas who don't have a lot to do in the early turns, especially if they're mages, a really cool thing to do. Now, what is Gargas supposed to do if you want to level him? Well, let's look at what he does well and what he's supposed to do. He has Black Magic Secret Arts. This is a fantastic support ability. 40 Spirit Penetration and 30% Magic. This does unlock his damage, and he can hit pretty hard. I was watching other people play him, and they put in work. He also can be sort of resistant to magic, but let's not kid ourselves. This guy dies. He gets blown up by stuff. So run him high magic and try to keep him at range. Now, he's pretty good at staying at range. He has access to moves like Wind Flash here, which is a range 5 massive AoE move that can actually hit at range 7 because the AoE is so big. The problem with this skill is it's only 105% damage modifier, which is pretty low. Now, the AoE down, the AoE resistance debuff is nice, so maybe he like hits that. Then he has other long range moves, my words are going away, like Air Raga, which gets upgraded to a nice square-based AoE, and Flare. Now, his problems come with his sub-jobs. They're kind of bad. Like, Black Mage has Drain, that's pretty useful, but like, this guy's never going to be low HP because if he gets hit, he's just going to die. Kodadama Wielder is typically a very good sub-job, but he doesn't have access to the magic shield that units like Mont have, so it's really not that great on him. However, it does give him access to 100% hit abilities and a move and jump +1 buff. I still don't really love it. Okay, Green Mage does give him access to Vitalize, which is a nice agility buff, and Imperil, which can be pretty good for PvE with that 25% decrease to everybody's elemental resist. So, anyway, I think you should go clear floor 10, I keep saying floor 10, stage 10 of the Wind Selection Quest, just so you can get access to this dude's TMR in case you ever need it. If you want to use Gargas, he's a long-range mage who can do a lot of damage. He's kind of paper thin. Maybe like a newer version of Medina in a way, but maybe not as good as 120 Medina. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I have not 120 Medina, so that comparison's really hard for me to make. I've seen people play him. Specifically, I watched Mysidia stream and play him, and he did a lot of damage. The problem was keeping him safe. You're gonna have to make his AI stay back. He has the tools to do it, but you're going to have to create separation between him and your tanks, or him and your bruisers, or him and anybody else who could keep his paper-thin ass from dying. Alright, that's the video, y'all. I hope you have some good luck clearing Stage 10 with these tips that I gave you. And yeah, I hope y'all tune into the next video. I'll see you then. Peace.